the women's Mlbb category. So it's gonna be interesting to see whether one of the top teams here will be able to pull it off.
Let's go. This is it. It's going to be one more chance for Egypt to make it sure that Team Indonesia doesn't get into the grand final that easily. Give it up for the upper bracket finals. Indonesia versus Egypt.
Once again, the stakes here is a direct ticket to the grand finals, a direct qualification to the top 2 of the entire competition. And Indonesia is just one step away from having it in their hands. We can already see that Shell is trying to be a little bit more active on this hero as well. It enables it quite heavily. It is going to be Concussive Blast too. So we're not too sure yet if Shell is going to be playing Bruiser, Cho gold lane that we've been seeing with items like the War Axe, or if she's intending to go full tank or full damage.
The fact that right now we are seeing just a little bit of poking coming through from Nucci as well. And it's somehow we do feel like on the earlier runs, definitely Team Egypt can just slow things down for Team Indonesia. But then again, as time passes, if they don't do a good rotation, Team Indonesia can take advantage of it. And coming on right now, Shell, just a little bit of overextension right there. Can they actually defend it out very well? Nana able to actually punish for that.
Really good punish coming in here from Team Egypt. Shell definitely felt a bit too comfortable going for that lane cutting, but I can't really blame her either because they saw that the Hayabusa started clearing the jungle from the purple side. You would logically assume that she would be towards the bottom half of the map to prepare for the turtle. But no, they were actually able to respond to the lane cut behind the tier 2. So that's a nice early kill. Since it went to the Hayabusa as well, that's going to feel even better for Egypt. They're going to be able to start controlling this first objective.
Great objective, fast-paced respawn coming up for them. Even the Red will not be able to do so for the side of Team Indonesia. Team Egypt, they know for a fact they need to be a little bit more sturdy in their own positioning so that at least Team Indonesia cannot catch up.
Definitely. Team Egypt now going to be playing it more on the defensive. They know that they don't really have the lineup that is able to take the fight to Indonesia for now, so they're going to position around to make sure that Nana doesn't get affected in the jungle. And by doing so, they also get the second bonus of allowing Nucci to farm. Unfortunately, by staying this close together, Vival is able to walk into the other side of the jungle and start stealing stuff.
Yeah, stealing all the resources that is required for Team Indonesia as well as Egypt. This is where the fine line that Team Egypt, they're kind of leaving a little bit of loopholes for Team Indonesia to take advantage. And I'm worried that if a lot of the resources comes in, this is where the fine line that Team Egypt can have a little bit of lower hand for them to fight it off.
Huh, was that a first item Sky Piercer for Cine on the Lunox? I feel like that's what I saw, but I'm not sure if my eyes can believe it. We'll confirm that the next time the item builds. It is! Okay, thank you, production. Before shoes. Wow, okay.
Zini right now prioritizing, saying that I want to stack things up. I want to make sure that my damage just goes out of the way to just shed off all the players of Team Egypt. Now the question is, Team Egypt, knowing for a fact that some of the players, they do have the sustainability. We got like CG in the hands of Velvet. We got Vivian will be able to actually just tone down a little bit. The question is, when it comes to Nucci, right, they have the baseline, but at the same time right here, goes in for the Urgent Rapid, will be able to pull away from the equation. But last he comes in, burst down Nucci for the kill. But at the same time right now, they are going to have a little bit of difficulty with Cine being taken out by Nate for the trade-off. Now Vivian will be able to push through, but Gel comes through with the flicker, surviving it out. But at the same time, Vival, ooh, just close enough to be tagged.
You can tell that that was actually a play made because Team Indonesia tried to be greedy with it. They went for a first item, no shoes, Sky Piercer on the Lunox, and Cine actually flickered forward to try and get their first Sky Piercer stack on the Sicilian. Not able to be successful though, and without the flicker, Cine got picked off as a result of it. So a bit of a punish there.
A little bit of punish as well right now, dancing again at the turtle pit right here. Vivian doing a lot of zoning right here, making sure that Nana will get that turtle in the hands of Egypt. But somehow that's going to actually leave up a lot of the gold plays here in the hands of Team Indonesia. And not only that, this turret will be in the hands of them. AOG put out, does tags out one player though, but at the same time, there's no follow-up coming on from Vivian. And now going in for the take-tonic charge, shuts down Uchi for another kill in the hands of Indonesia.
Vivian tried to go for the frontline catch onto the enemy cores, but then forget about their own backline, which was targeted by Vivian. Nana now gonna try and make up for that, going for the steal on the purple buff on the opposite side. I will say this is actually a really solid start for Team Egypt right now. The goal is still about even with Indonesia, but I'm liking the composure they have. They are not allowing their game 1 loss to get to their heads.
A lot of really good trades coming in from both sides of Team Egypt as well as Indonesia. They know for a fact that some of the teams, they can still be able to cover things up back, and they'll be able to actually just have those gaps getting smaller and smaller between each other. But at the same time, right here, they goes into the dive of the turret, and Velvet doesn't want it to actually overextend itself, saying that, hey, might as well just give it up because survivability is still in a crucial state right now for Team Egypt.
I would imagine by now that Team Egypt is aware that Cine has gone for a Sky Piercer build. So the smart thing to do would be to try and avoid fighting in places where the Lunox would be able to get very easy stacks on it. So far, that does seem to be the direction they're leaning in. They can punish Cine for going for a very greedy early item here and actually directly slow down Indonesia's scaling.
And the fact that right now we are seeing Team Indonesia, they are being pushed back just a little bit by Team Egypt, but they still have this one last dance for the turtle. Let's see if they can actually change things around. They do a little bit of the clearing here for the minions of the wave, but at the same time, Nana has been spotted out by Shell. Now coming in for a fight, does move away, but goes in for the waves of the dragon, hicks it out, but still survive it out with the quad shadow. But can they make it through? It seems that Nana will not be able to have a very smooth ride, but still survive it out at least because Shell doesn't go for the follow-up, but goes in for the tectonic charge. And now moving along, Mufuri Echo takes down Nana. Turtle will be slain by the B-Ball, and Indonesia comes through with all the kills right in the hands.
That was a bit of a mistake from Nana, a bit too desperate. She could see Vivian standing right there. If she had just taken the slight detour, walking around the wall instead, she might have been able to get to the turtle pit more safely, but literally walked into range where it would be easy to hit the tectonic charge on the Hayabusa. And that is a mistake that will cost them. Indonesia now taking the mid tier 1, taking the purple buff as well, and the last Insanity picking off Velvet.
And the fact that right now, Team Egypt, because of the fact that Indonesia had a really good pressure put out by the side of Nana, now they're getting even much more further beyond an upper hand in their side. So far, Team Egypt, they're losing their touch just a little bit slightly, but that's not going to be much though. Still, they have an opportunity if they can actually defend it wisely because they still have their upper turrets as well as bottom turret.
Indeed. Egypt actually has pretty solid late game scaling. They've got Sicilian, they got Iritel, CC contributes to that as well. So even though they are behind now after that lapse in judgment, the goal difference is not that big yet. As long as they make sure this goal lead doesn't expand further, they will still be able to do quite well into the later stages. It's Indonesia who would ideally want to end this around the 15-16 minute mark.
The fact that right now Nana still tried to be tagged out by the players of Indonesia. The question is right now, the teams of Indonesia, they keep on invading, they keep on pushing on to Egypt, denying any movement that's coming in from Nana. Again, they caught up with the Mountain Shocker. Nana, why did you actually have to go front? Almost sacrificing your own body to the team of Indonesia.
Tried to commit for the Ogi Shadow kill, not able to get in range. Vivin nearly dead as well, having to use the AOG defensively. We can see that Indonesia is trying to up the tempo and pressure to make sure that Team Egypt isn't allowed to free farm the map. Now we do have to point out that Names is super far up in the lane right now, and Shell is going to spot her.
Shell comes in, doing a little bit of kicking, basic attack coming through, but Names will be able to actually fend for herself, not a problem with that. A lot of damage come through, but still, this is going to be the first lot in the hands of Team Indonesia. The question is, as they are marching into the fight with Team Egypt, can Egypt set up a really good defense?
They were able to take advantage of the distraction being made up top in order to secure the Lord for free, though I don't think Team Egypt would have attempted to challenge it regardless. They know that they're not really in a good position to be able to do that right now. Ooh, nice dodge from Velvet as well, making sure she's not in range of getting kicked. The goal difference starting to add up. The damage difference overall as well, we can see, is quite large, with Fumi Echo being a constant thorn in their side. This X-Borg is already 3-0 actually.
Great composition coming out from Team Indonesia. City might be caught off guard just now, but still, they might be able to pull through. Doesn't have much of the worrisome coming in from Team Indonesia. Now they just want to put so much pressure to the side of Egypt. They know for a fact this is the opportunity for them to just give more. Diet and Rapid been put out. Tectonic Charge doesn't get anyone but Vivian. I mean, they're going to be got caught off though, but it's going to be a good sacrifice. Monster Chakra comes in. Vivian takes down, but at the same time right here will be the cause of Fumieko shuts down names as well. Now he's going to be also slated out by City, takes down Nucci, goes out, had to actually move away with the AOG, and Long living only Velvet with lifeline 1%.
Ooh, the members of Team Egypt are so low right now, and it's very lucky that they were able to survive that, because if they didn't, the game would be over right now. The Lord is pushing in bot side. Team Indonesia were able to turn around a bit of a bot engagement, actually. Vivian messed up the Tectonic Charge because of a really good response from Egypt, but they still grouped up a little bit too much to actually try and get the kill on the Grok, and that's how Fumieko was able to get the setup and punish. Cine now finally getting that first Sky Piercer stack 8 minutes after buying the item itself, but that's not really an issue for Team Indonesia. They are now in control.
They are in control indeed. The fact that everything, the attempts that is done by Team Egypt right now is
for the Grok.
pretty much that we can see that the fact that Team Indonesia, right, they don't have much to worry about, because Egypt right now, all they can do is just react, defend. All they can do is just counter back everything that has already been set up by Indonesia. On the other note, Indonesia say like, I'm gonna put this momentum on you, you just have to play along with it.
Well, if Team Egypt is able to effectively play along with it, they do still have a chance. The Sicilian can be a threat once you get later in, but they really slowed down the farm on it already. Vivian should be okay. Actually, no.
No, last Insanity bursts down Vivian immediately, and now comes in with the Shadow Kill. Fumieko will be able to survive with the Immortality. Now comes along with the Mountain Chakra. Had to pull away, but here Eartha Ravage comes through. Shell takes down Nuji. Double kill to the side of Shell, and now leaving only 2 players of a team.
Destruction and devastation coming in here from Team Indonesia. They found their target. Fumieko committed the last Insanity just to blow up the Qatar, and then managed to bait out the Ogi Shadow Kill. But the only reason Fumieko was okay doing that is because she knew she had the Immortality. And when Team Egypt walked out of the base to contest that fight, they got hard punished. A beautiful wall from Vivian to stop the retreat. And this time there is no escape. The Lord has been taken. Only 2 inhibitors left standing on the side of Team Egypt.
This is the second Lord marching in, and somehow Mountain Shot comes through, goes in for the Tectonic Charge. Marvel will be able to take down Nana immediately. Those burst damage is doing well for the team of Indonesia. Now Egypt been cut to the corners. They had to survive, but Lance Insanity burst down no one. Unfortunately, Fumieko will be able to survive it out with the Ferragam armor, but the Rapids just to divide the conquer so that Team Indonesia will be able to survive no casualties.
The pressure has reached a fever pitch. Indonesia is wasting cooldowns, but it doesn't really matter to them because they know they are far ahead enough to be able to afford to do so. The Lord is pushing in, no tower down bottom, but no waves pushing either. Team Egypt might be able to buy some time. They should lose the top inhib, but I don't think the game ends here just yet.
Let's see if they can actually make a change. Vivian trying to make sure that they will deny any movement inside the base, but at the same time, they are looking for more. They're coming in for the crucial attack for the mid. Last Insanity doesn't hit anyone, but it's going to be enough just to actually bear open all of the bases of Egypt.
The base of Team Egypt is now officially empty. No towers left standing. 13 minutes in, 7k gold lead for Team Indonesia. They'll play it safe, they'll take it disciplined. They're not going to make the same mistakes other teams have of trying to force the end game when they do not have a Lord for the push. They're going to wait until the next one comes back out, and this is going to be the final opportunity. The time between now and the next Lord spawning is going to be all the farm that Team Egypt is going to be able to get before the next big team fight.
Great respect coming out from Indonesia. They know for a fact, do not need to pressure more, does not need overextension. They know this is the winning condition they are already grasping. Only requires right now for Team Egypt is that if they can find a little bit of loopholes that is done by Team Indonesia, maybe they can turn things around. But the question is, everything has already been gutted out. We got Shell right in front with the Waves of Dragon, and not only that, Fumieko comes in with the last Insanity. Crucial state for Team Egypt right now, if they can actually just go away before anyone being taken out by Team Indonesia, loosen up a little bit of the resources, maybe they can actually counter-attack.
Nucci has finally completed that Wishing Lantern, so that is going to be a pretty important power spike here for the Sicilian. Unfortunately, Team Indonesia has so much backline dive that I don't really know if Nucci will be able to make full use of it. The scaling on itemization is a massive gap. A lot of the cores on the side of Indonesia are already hitting their final item. Even the Blade of Heptases completed earlier by Vivian, you can see the damage that is being output by this Grok and not much being used to punish in return because Egypt still needs more time.
Egypt still needs more time. A lot of this resources being stolen by Team Indonesia under their nose. And the fact that they know they are literally in a position where they cannot make any more mistakes. They cannot leave all of this opportunity for Team Indonesia to just get a hold of them. And now, with a lot coming in, they are going to actually push in. Trying to actually zone out just a little bit on the front line, but at the same time, look at this. Fumiko all by herself. Goes out for the last hit, suddenly does burst, but then again, we do have Vivian. Comes in for the mighty swing, but at the same time, Mount Sugar comes through. Vivo takes down Vivian. Nucci will be shut down as well. Names comes in, able to do a double kill to Sini, but Sini unfortunately shuts down Nana. Names is the only one left. Burned to the ground. Names will try to survive it, but unfortunately, it is going to be 4 players wiped out in the hands of Team Indonesia. Bevel all alone to survive, to actually defend that crystal.
It's going to be a 1v3 defense. The members of Indonesia are a bit low on HP, but Crystal is wide open.
Last is that they open